What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Total Swans TV. Football's back. How good was last weekend? Did your team get on well? Did they lose? Did they pick up any points whatsoever? For the Swans, it was a fantastic return back to football with a 3-0 win at the Riverside against Middlesbrough. Rian Brewster with 2 goals and Andre Ayew with a penalty. It was a very good team performance. Everyone put in a very good shift. Performance levels looked peak. All right, we were playing against a struggling Boro team who have since now sacked their manager Woodgate, and previous Cardiff City manager Neil Warnock has now taken the reins there. So I do wish Boro all the very best for the rest of the season. I do hope they remain a championship team. They are too big a club to go down, but the Swans were on form on Saturday. As I say, fitness levels looked peak. Performance levels were fantastic. Another clean sheet for Freddie Woodman and the defence. But more than anything, as a team, players all stuck together, and it was a great watch. To be fair, tuned in on Swans TV Live, did a live watch along for it as well. Brilliant performance. But anyway, so on to this weekend's fixture against Luton Town at home in the Liberty Stadium, an empty Liberty Stadium at that, which is disappointing. But for safety reasons during the COVID pandemic, fans still can't attend games. So that is what it is. Hopefully we can get back into the ground straight away for the early fixtures next season with the friendlies. That would be fantastic. But looking ahead at the Luton Town game, it was last weekend. Preston, a 1-1 draw. A very good performance from Luton. They picked up a late goal to earn themselves a point. McManaman getting that single goal there for them. Scott Sinclair, previous Jack, getting the goal for Preston as well. He's having a great season back in English football since joining Preston. But they picked up a very valuable point. They are only now 5 points away from safety. There's 8 games to go, so there is still everything to play for. That's the thing with the Championship and a lot of these lower divisions. When you go into the last few games of the season, everybody still has something to fight for. So again, another difficult game, but fingers crossed. Playing against a bottom team, you'd expect the Swans to come away quite comfortably there, as we did against Boro. But we have struggled against these teams in the past, picking up only a 1-0 win against Luton in the earlier fixture in December. A late goal there as well, Andre Ayew getting that only goal. So they are a difficult team to break down, but since lockdown has come into play and football has stopped, Graham Jones has obviously left Luton, and they have reappointed Nathan Jones, their most successful manager to date. Welsh lad, he was at Stoke. He did a very good job. He did a good job at Stoke, to be fair. The team weren't performing. Things have changed since. But on the Swansea game, had they lost that, he probably would have been sacked then. But they picked up a very good win against us. Sam Klukas getting a goal there. And he kept his job for a little while longer, but things changed, and now he is the Luton manager. So congratulations to him. Welcome back to Luton. We wish you all the best after Saturday, as I say to most teams. But again, a difficult game to look forward to. The Swans are pushing for those playoff spots, so fingers crossed we can, grab one of those come the end of the season. So yeah, Andre Ayew getting himself on the score sheet on Saturday. That takes his tally up to 15 for the season. Rian Brewster bagged himself 2 good goals on the weekend as well. The second one especially, a fantastic volley into the ground and into the back of the net. That's his 6th for the season. The same for Byers. He came on in the second half and he made a very good impact. He hit the post as a late substitute, so a very good return to him. Had the season not been postponed, he would have missed it due to injury, but now that it has resumed, he has now returned for the remaining games. So then, looking at Luton's goal scorers, Collins on 11, Cornick on 8, and McManaman on 4 for this season. Looking at the team's, I say form, but previous 5 fixtures, they look like this. So Huddersfield, Fulham, Blackburn, West Brom, and Boro were Swansea's last 5 games. Only the 1 loss there and 2 draws, so the loss against Fulham and then the 2 draws against Blackburn and West Brom. And for Luton, it's been a bit of an unfortunate time. They picked up a draw last time out against Preston, but just before the break they picked up a valuable 3 points against Charlton with a 1-0 away win. But before that it was a draw against Forest and then a loss against Leeds and Barnsley. So 1-0 against Leeds isn't bad, but 1-0 against Barnsley in this sort of position is quite a bad result. This game, as I say with almost every single game in the Championship, it is never an easy game. They're all difficult. Everyone has something to play for. But again, we have to capitalise on playing these lower league. We have to capitalise on playing these lower position teams in the league. So I'm going to go for a comfortable Swansea win again, and for me it's going to be a 2 or a 3-0 win. I don't really see Luton scoring, and with the way that we played against Boro last Saturday, I can see a few more goals in this team. We were ready to score more on Saturday. Boro were very lucky to only be 3-0 down at half time. It could easily been 4 or 5. And then come the end of the game, it could easily be 5 or 6. Boro were unlucky with one of their efforts. They didn't really offer much else apart from that. So I have invited Luton fan Lewis Williams on. He's sent me over a quick clip of his thoughts on the game and his predictions. So here's Lewis.
So this game against Swansea is very important for Luton. Luton can't afford to lose this game. Luton need to get something from this game in order for us to hopefully try and climb out of those relegation places. If Luton lose and other teams around us win, then it looks really bad for Luton and we are very likely to go down. But we could get a surprise win, obviously, at Swansea. Now, Swansea, they need to win themselves to confirm a playoff place, but hopefully Luton can get something from this game. I'm expecting a draw. I'm expecting a 1-1 draw. So fingers crossed, Luton can get something from this game.
Thank you very much for that. So all of his socials and his YouTube channel will be in the description. Go over and give him a subscribe, guys. So that is pretty much it. I hope you guys all enjoy this preview. If you do, leave a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. We've just passed 500. We're on to the we're chasing down 1,000 now. It would be great, to get, maybe 600 come the end of the season. It'd be absolutely fantastic. So if you haven't, please hit the subscribe button, guys. Have a fantastic weekend and come on the Swans.